I mean, General Stubblebine was the commander of Special Forces and the commander of intelligence, and he's here.
I was the commander of the Army Intelligence and Security Command.
Yes.
Was responsible for all of the Army intelligence, strategic intelligence forces around the world.
No, I understand. There was a guy.
That was it. I had units all over the world. Absolutely.
Well, look, the point is that you already talked about how John Ronson, who did write a book about me that wasn't true as well. I mean, he would twist it. And then you're saying that his
very twisted.
Well, I mean, it's ridiculous. He has me in there scared of werewolves. Okay. I mean, it's dark satire, and people that don't know that don't understand it. Because I was like in Northern California in these big trees going, man, this is like something out of a 1930s werewolf movie. Because, there was fog like 4 feet deep, and it looked like those old movies. And I thought that was always, something that didn't exist. And I was like, wow, the fog's really, really thick here. I've never seen fog this thick, like in a movie. And in the book, he has me scared in my hotel room of vampires and goblins. So it's not true. General Stubblebine told you, without you even calling, that this was passed across his desk and sent to Fort Bragg because I asked him about it. And yes, they were looking into all that stuff. And so I don't think he was listening earlier. And the other issue is the fruits are what are important. They're warning people about GMO crops. They're warning people about real things. It's a red herring, but we let you ask your questions. Toby in Indiana. Toby, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Thanks for taking my call. You kind of touched on, I was going to ask about the chemtrails. I live here in Indiana, Indianapolis, and a day doesn't go by that I don't see dozens and dozens of chemtrails crisscrossing. And do you know if those are military airplanes or commercial airplanes?
Some of all of the above.
All the above?
Yeah, they add a lot of it to the fuel. Again, it's compartmentalized, and you've got 3 major wholesalers of it, so it's added there. But it's not in all aircraft.
So I was thinking about, trying to grow some of my own food, but with that stuff being sprayed in the skies, it probably makes more sense to try to grow stuff indoors.
Greenhouse.
Put it in a greenhouse.
A greenhouse.
Do intensive farming indoors. Do create a community greenhouse for your neighbors if you're not too far out in the country to have neighbors. Do not assume that just because the sun is shining, your food is safe. And if you live in a farming area, your food is contaminated with genetically modified material, whether you know it or not.
Yeah, it blows around. I mean, let's explain. Even the organic crops are having, the same species but a different variety blow in, and then plants aren't like a person where you've got one dad, one mom. Doctor, you want to explain that briefly, that plants take on the genetics of even other species?
I was about to talk about this when we got to the calls. Even organic food is allowed in the United States to have 10% genetically modified contamination. In the rest of the world, it's either 0.9% or 1%, depending on the country. So we're talking about 1/10 of the material that you eat when you're eating organic food being contaminated, and it's still called organic. It is absolutely essential that you start growing your own food. Plants get contaminated not only by the same species as we used to think, but also by other species. Yeah. The genetic material mixes. The results are absolutely not in your favor.
All right, Toby, got to jump. Robert in Canada, go ahead. I'm trying to go quick to these calls here. Robert, go ahead. You're on the air with our guest.
I'm in Toronto. This is a comment. It's an orthomolecular comment. Back in the 80s, and the doctor will understand this, I had an immune system collapse, and I was going to die, according to my doctor of internal medicine, of some sort of lymphoma. The Epstein-Barr and other viruses had activated, and it was going chronic. I contacted the Palo Alto Institute in California and talked with Pauling's people, Linus Pauling, who, by the way, had 480 honorary PhDs and 2 Nobel Prizes. Correspondingly, they put me on to Dr. Cathcart in Philadelphia. And they said, if you take vitamin C at the appropriate doses 3 times a day, what will happen is you'll kill the virus. their claim was any virus, any acute virus, will be killed by vitamin C if it's used properly. Now, that's what happened. And this is the issue now with the Codex. I've been taking 25 grams of C for 20, 22, 23 years, and if they cut off the supply of C, I've been told by physicians I'm in deep trouble. I contacted
I have pieces for you. I've practiced orthomolecular medicine for many, many years, and what you say is right. Although most people can't handle, their GI tracts can't handle that dose of vitamin C. So there's another...
Mine won't handle that.
No, Bert can only take 1 gram. I can take 20 or more. There's another product which we recommend. It's nano silver, and we, the Natural Solutions Foundation, recommends a particular source, which you can find if you go to our website, healthfreedomusa.org. Nano silver will kill all pathogens against which it's been tested, currently 635 of them, including the H5N1 virus, which we believe to have been weaponized,
modified, yeah.
And the HIV supposed causal virus. We're talking about an immensely important, completely safe, and totally universally applicable.
And that's why they're trying to restrict that. Right here in Texas, they're trying to...
Essentially, my comment... Hello?
Yeah, they're trying to kill you, sir.
Yes.
Yep.
Essentially, my comment is about the suppression of orthomolecular solutions. In my case, it worked. The doctor who, in fact, supported me in this particular endeavor was quite severely chastised. And there was some quite interesting political things that were happening 20-odd years ago. So I wanted just to put that in. I wanted to sort of show that, because there's so much talk about, the suppression of medical solutions, orthomolecular and alternative medical solutions. This is just one case, and I thought I'd tell you about it. But thanks for the information.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
There is a war against natural medicine, but there's also a war against the people who are bringing you natural medicine, against physicians and non-physicians who are sharing this information and using these techniques, an absolute war against them.
And the reason is because they work. They work just like they work for you. They work for me. They work for Dr. Rima. They work for people who use them, and the people who are in this genocidal approach do not want something that like that works. They would much rather give you GMO. They'd much rather give you drugs.
Stay there. Got a break. Here we go. Final segment.